Well, hello, hello. So let's build a landscape. So building a landscape is really fun. You do need multiple colors of ink pads to do that. So that is a small setback, but not terrible. So anyway, let's get started on that. So the card that we're doing, I got in a swap. Okay, she used the little pebble embellishments that have been unorderable for a while. So we're gonna use a few of these pebbles that were in my most recent paper pumpkin that I colored. So anyway, or you don't even need that really. I am going to choose to add a little texture to this particular spot, and I'm going to do my greeting the opposite way. So the stamp set comes with this blocky style. All the words come in this blocky style as well as the scripty style. So I'm going to, when we get to the adding the greeting, I'm going to choose to have friend in the Daffodil Delight in the blocky style and the hello in the early espresso. So you'll see what I mean. All right, so this will be sort of a tone on tone. These are really fun cards, and they work best if you put this layer up on dimensionals, because you get that tiny bit of shadow that gives that depth. Okay, so that's kind of why we do that. All right, so let's unbury my bone folder there and do that. Now you could do your greeting first if you wanted to, or you could kind of just figure out where it's going to end up. So it's going to end up down here. So I know that my first layer here of the sand or the coastline in this particular scene is going to need to be up around, not, well, the top of it will be roughly halfway, not just a little lower than halfway. So now that I know that, I can build from the bottom up. Okay, so I'm going to use Sahara sand ink for this, and I'm going to just go right about there with this. And I probably should have one of my Stampin' Pierce mats underneath here, but I've got quite a layer of, so we're good. We're good. Now I can take this little textured stamp, which comes in the Oceanfront stamp set that I'm using, and just add a little texture to my sand. Okay, just gonna take about half of that off and put a little bit right there. Okay, the water will take care of that, and if it doesn't, it's just rocks going into the water and it's fine. Alrighty. Then we are going to have our Balmy blue for the water. And let's see, this one is the water because it's got this angle that goes along here. All right, so we're gonna just ink this up like this. And I'm going to just put this, you know what, I should have angled that a little bit better. Oh, that's okay, because look at me, I am putting it on the wrong piece of paper. All right, so let's start again. Sorry about that, see, I do it too. All right, let's try again. And let's go back to our Sahara sand. And let's take this one, and instead of making it go straight across, let's tip it down a little bit, like this. Okay, silly. There we go, that's better. Then we'll add some more of those pebbles. We might even start with this edge, like that, and come up this way. Add a few more. Lovely. Okay, now, oh my goodness. Can you tell I didn't sleep very well last night? Yikes, that was a silly mistake. But the good part is nobody's going to know because it's going to get covered up. So life is good. And we'll just call it a happy accident or a creative opportunity or, you know, pretty much anything. Because we know there are no real mistakes in stamping. Just those happy accidents. All right, so there's our water. Okay, so we wanted to have that. If you have a Wink&Stella pen, might want to add a little sparkle to that water. I give my pen a little squeeze over here, not over my project. Ooh, and then when you shake it like that, see, that's what happens. It leaks. And if it had leaked out onto my project, I would have been very sad. Because I like the sparkle, I don't want blobs. There we go. Okay. Now we'll add a little of our daffodil, which gives us our sun, perhaps a sunset. And if you choose, you could have you could blend on another little bit of color so it shades up a little bit. So you could do that. Okay, mine went right off the edge. That's okay. This one did not. That meant they started down a little farther. I'm okay with that. All right. Oops, I want this. So now I'm going to take the word friend in the nice big blocky letters. I'm going to tap around and get it inked up really well. And I'm going to just put that right down here in the corner. Like that. Then I am going to take, I've got a couple of things to do in our early espresso. Okay, so we're going to add some of this seagrass over here. Okay, I'm going to bring one down a little ways. And then I'm going to, without re-inking, stamp another one up here a little bit. So we have that multi-tonal kind of look. Now I could even do one more if I wanted to, but I think I'm going to leave it just like that. Then I'm going to take the scripty hello and go right across friend, because you can still read that. Hello, friend. Now, I could have put it next to it. I could have put it above it. So you have lots of options. Okay. All right. So that looks pretty much the way the other one did. Now let's use my little, oh, I could have used my take your pick tool. That's over here too. Let's get a couple of these little pebbly shapes and maybe add a couple in here. Okay. I don't know if I want them in a line. I might want them kind of clumped up a little bit. There we go. All right. Then we're going to use some more of my edge, the dimensional edge, and just snip those apart. that. And just like to try and spread them out a little bit, but still make sure that they're going to be well supported. So since there's a space here, I'm going to do one sort of in the middle up there. And since this one goes across, I'm going to choose to go down this way. And again, I've got kind of a big spot over here, so let's put one going this way like that to help support that whole thing. Well, that used that right up. All right, take those off and put that right on our back, our card base, and cover up my boo-boo. And if anybody wants to peek in under there and see my boo-boo, well, whatever. Okay, so there we go. Another one done. Thanks.